Good evening, everybody. Happy Thursday. Today I'm going to be discussing how exactly I run my side hustle on top of having a regular 9-to-5 job in the legal industry. Working online on top of having a full-time job can seem like a lot, but with these tips that I have, you'll see that it's actually not so bad and it's doable for anybody at any age. If you missed my last video, you'll have known how exactly I got to this point in my life where I decided that yes, I want to do an online business and grow that into my main stream of income. If you missed that, I will link it at the end of this video. So let's get into the weekday routine. Normally what happens, just like everybody else, I'm up bright and early at 5 a.m. to start my routine, and that is feeding the kiddos, my cats, and then after that going ahead and doing some yoga for a little bit. Normally about 20 minutes, because in reality it takes about 40 minutes because the cats are still pretty young and they're jumping all over the place, namely the kitchen table, so it takes a while. After that, I go ahead and start doing my shower, like grooming stuff, and then make my smoothies. What I like to do if I'm really good that week or that day is that I'll get my blender ready the night before and just keep it in the fridge, so in the morning I just have to blend it, clean out the blender, pour it in my little mason jars, and be on my way, sort of thing. After that, I go ahead and just put the finishing touches on while I'm getting ready for work, and then usually while I'm on the bus, I'll go ahead and start actually scheduling the content that I made on the weekend while I'm on my way to work. My commute is about an hour each way, so I have a lot of time to get stuff, edit it, and then schedule it on Facebook, Instagram, and all my other platforms that I manage. When I'm at work, I don't do much with my business, to be honest. On my lunch break, I go ahead and I look through my notifications, reply to any comments, messages, stuff like that, and I'll periodically throughout the day on my breaks, I'll pick up my phone, see if there's anything with the business, and then just carry on. So it's pretty low maintenance when I'm actually at work. I really don't need to do much. Most of it happens when I'm on my commute there and back. If I haven't already scheduled everything for the day, sometimes I like to leave a slot or two open. I like to post 3 times a day on Facebook, once a day on Instagram, and once a day on Pinterest, once a week on YouTube. So if I leave a slot open for Facebook, what I'll do is Facebook loves lives. It's just great for the algorithm. So I'll leave a slot or 2 open and pop home, do a live quick depending on what's going on that day, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, most of what happens during the week is just monitoring my phone to make sure I'm getting back to people who are inquiring about the business. This also gives me an opportunity to play around with what I'm doing and really think of fun ideas to do instead of, again, just I have to put something out this week, what am I going to do? That's when your content can get kind of sloppy, so you want to make sure that you're having fun and good ideas, because if you're not enjoying yourself, that's going to come off on camera and people can smell that from a mile away. Yeah, so let's get into the weekend, because this is where the meat and potatoes of the business prep happens. Okay, so on Fridays I get home and I start to just think about ideas. If there's anything that comes into my head, I'll just write it down in a note and look at it on Saturday. So it's Saturday morning and this is my business time. So when I wake up, I try really hard to maintain a good schedule so it's easier to fall asleep and wake up during the week. And what I do is I'm up at 7 a.m. on weekends, and I pretty much follow the same routine in the mornings as if I was going to work. So just waking up, feeding the cats, doing yoga, showering, breakfast, and then my day is ready to get started, which is going ahead and actually making content for the week. So I try really hard to at least do 2 scheduled posts a day for Facebook. Instagram I'm not super worried about. I usually just pick my favorite of that day. But for Facebook, oh my gosh, so you're probably thinking, wow, like that's a lot of posting to do. And it can be if you're not prepared. So what I do that has changed the way I think about posting content is I've created a content calendar, and it's incredible because it takes all the guesswork out of it. If you're in a rush that day, or you forgot to schedule, or maybe you just didn't have enough posts to schedule for the whole week, you don't need to worry about it because you just open up your calendar and look at what it is, the idea that you have to come up with, and at least you have a drawing point instead of I need to think of something that's business related and that is fun and a good picture on the spot, like within an hour, because I have to post 3 times today. So it takes a lot of the pressure off, and it has totally changed the way I approach content creation. Really, really worth it. It helps to have a change of clothes so it doesn't look like you're just pumping it all out in one weekend, but it's super helpful and it makes the rest of the week so easy. Like I said, in the week, what I do during a weekday, I work full time and I'm not burnt out, I'm not stressed out, because I know during the week, all I have to do is show up for work, get my done, and then go home, hang out with my family instead of constantly stressed out about what I have to do because I have no time. Once I have my content down and ready, then I actually start hitting the pavement and making that content. I go ahead and just do some light editing and play around with it in Canva. I absolutely love Canva. The free version is amazing. I have the pro version, so there's a ton of extra capabilities on there. And again, this is where I have the most fun because I get to see what templates and ideas I like the most, and then input my pictures in there, input my brand colors in there. I just love it. It's super fun. Yeah, it's definitely my favorite part. That can take a couple hours depending on how complex you're making your content and how much you're putting out there. For me, it usually takes about 2 hours to do it well, to be honest, but that's what makes it really fun for me because I love design and I love to draw and stuff like that, so I really do enjoy it. If you're not the kind of person who likes doing that stuff and that sounds like way too much time, then you can always just boil it down. There are a ton of free templates on Canva, so it again takes the guesswork out of it. You just copy paste and change some things around and boom, it's your content. After that, I go ahead and actually film my YouTube videos on Saturdays. Depending on the length and how complicated I want them to be, putting my little whoosh, things, overlays on there, it does take some time, finding music, stuff like that. I'm actually filming this on the 23rd of January and scheduling it for this Thursday. Hello, future. This makes it really easy to enjoy filming and actually doing YouTube because I'm not rushed. I get home at 6 o'clock and I'm in bed by 9 because I'm up at 5, so I'm not rushed to film something and slop it together just for the sake of having content online. So I go ahead and I refer to my content calendar, I pump out that content, create it, schedule it, and then I film and edit my YouTube videos on Saturdays. So like I said, I'm up at 7 and I'm usually done by 11:30, 12 o'clock, depending on if I'm having luck with my computer to edit or not. That is what I do on the weekends to make sure that I am prepped and ready to go for the week so that running my business is as stress-free as possible. Like I said in the beginning of the video, anybody can work online as a side job and grow it into their primary source of income. It's actually easy, especially when you use the training that we have with our system. Thousands of people from all over the world with no experience. There are people who English isn't even their first language and they're doing this business and making good money in it. So you don't have to be a whiz at anything. You just need to be willing to learn and to fail and keep going. Persistence does not recognize failure is one of my favorite things. Whether or not you use my business that is open to anyone who wants to learn is not important because these tips you can use for any industry. If you just want to grow your Facebook page, or if you want to go ahead and start having some affiliate links, or if maybe you want to be an influencer and you want to get some brand deals, having consistent content is key, and not being stressed out about it is important because you want to make sure you're having freaking fun in your videos. That's all I have for you today. I hope that you got some helpful tips and tricks from this video. I love being creative and putting all this stuff together, but if there are any other things that you're curious about and you want to know about online business, let me know down in the comments. I would love to see what you want to see next. Next week, I'm going to be talking about the actual apps that I use to make all this happen, so I hope you're looking forward to that. My name's Haley and I manage Haley Hub on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and here on YouTube. I upload every single Thursday at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. If you want to check out my video as soon as it drops next week, go ahead and mark your calendars, ladies and gentlemen, because next Thursday at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, I'll be back with a video about some apps and tricks again that I use to make this happen. Thanks so much for watching, and if you have any questions or want to reach out to me, feel free to send me a message, comment. You can direct message me on Facebook or Instagram, whatever. I'm around. Thanks again for your time. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye!